Okay, we are live, I think. Just got to make sure. To always have to make sure uh, the live stream is live and actually I can hear myself and you can hear me. Um, okay. Yes, good. Okay. So, let's mute that portion of me here. Let's go to there. And okay, so today we welcome aboard. We're going to go through part two of Blender VSE 5.2 Alpha. I'm using today's build, so this is May 30th. And let's go. Let me put my head down here. And what we're going to do is go to developer.blender.org, and then we go to docs, and we go to release notes, and then 5.2 LTS. And I'm so happy that this is an LTS because the more it goes along, the more bug fixes it'll get, and it'll be a solid release. And it has a lot of really cool new features. So I'm happy about that. So we're going to go click video sequence editor or video sequencer, same thing. So it's been a few weeks now because I've done some other live stream type stuff, but last time we went over the first part of this. So this is basically everything that's new in Blender 5.2 LTS, and we went over the compositor effect. So not just a compositor modifier, but an actual effect that looks like this. I can just go ahead and do a full screen here. You can kind of see. So this tiled fade is a compositor effect, which links to the compositor, and it is supposed to be used for transitions. And then this is how they set that up. So we went over that. We went over. Well, maybe some of these are new that we haven't gone over yet, because since the last time they probably have added stuff, but I haven't really checked what they've added. But you can. Let's see. We have a new roadmap thing here. I don't think that's what I want. Let's just go to the docs. No. Compatibility, release notes, developer handbook, features, projects. Verify I'm human. I am not. I am a robot. Oh, okay. What is this? Okay, here we go. I always milestones, pull requests, issues. Oh, this is me. Okay, come on. Here we go. So developer.blender.org. Scroll down, weekly development updates or module meetings. So updates. Sequencer meetings. So you can go here, and you can see if you're doing this for the sequencer, you can see all of the things they talked about in the last meeting. So meeting notes here. Implement composition guides in overlay preview. Okay, that's pretty cool. I haven't heard about that yet. Add captions editor. So this is, I haven't looked into this, but this is something that I'm really excited about. So to create your own shorts with your own captions, I believe that's what this is. Let's see. Yeah, look, so a little editor to add your caption 1, caption 2, and then you can place it as text overlays. So I'm kind of just seeing all of this for the first time here. Like, I knew that they were going to implement this, but I didn't know how. And I don't know how. So they've got a frame where the frame start and ends, it looks like. But I don't know how streamlined this is going to be or how fast it's going to be. Like, and they're still working on it. Obviously, it's not done. A lot of this stuff is still in the works, but this is just something, for example, if you wanted to come over here and see what they're talking about in their VSE meetings and what's coming up soon. So some of the stuff that they've already talked about may have made its way into, let's go back to our release notes. There we go. Made its way into here. Yes. Oh, hey, Janos Lamanos. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, I should say, because you've been here before a few times. So thanks for joining. Okay, so let's see. So compiler modifiers now support arbitrary inputs. Okay, we did look at that last time. I believe we looked at most of this last time. Modifier extras menu now has an option to hide. Oh, yep, we did that one. Strip modifier, add menu, node tree assets show up in the add menu. I don't know if I remember this one. I like if they have a screenshot, which they don't. Oh, actually, we didn't check this out. Let's go ahead and start checking this one out then first. So let's open up a new instance of Blender. And we're gonna, do a new video editing. And so I'm just gonna add in a couple of colors here to test this out with. Okay, so add in effect strip. Okay, it doesn't have it in here. I thought that's what it was talking about. I thought here it would say, well, hold on, let's do the compositor. New, okay. Nope. It's not what I thought it was. Okay, let me go read that more carefully. Compositor node tree assets show up in the strip modifier add menu in the node tree usages option of strip modifier. Right now, every compositor node tree is marked as an asset. That is marked as an asset will show up in the strip modifier add menu. Oh wait, okay. I did that wrong. Okay, so let's just select this one. Go to add modifier. Here we go. This is it. Yeah, I didn't see this before. So this is now available in the VSE. So normally what we'd have to do is we'd have to add a compositor modifier by itself, open up the compositor to get these effects. So now these are readily available, like camera and lens effects, film grain, and vignette, for example. So vignette's not going to help us with that one, but this one it might. So we can go just do a vignette automatically right there. Boom. So it's created everything for us. And I believe if we show the node group, yep. So it's created a node group for us. And if we open up the compositor here and go to our sequencer, there we go. So now we can see the vignette. And then this is just a pre-built vignette for us. I can't really tab out of anything because we're kind of inside a node group, and that's what this thing here is. Like, it's packed into the scene. But if I go to, I think this is the one that I created by myself, and then I can actually add in a group linked vignette. Now this is, I don't do this because this is kind of redundant here, or unnecessarily work. But this is what the vignette looks like if you were to do it this way. And you can take this and you can actually tab into it, and when you tab into it, it looks the same. But see, now we're in our sequencer compositor nodes and not our vignette. So I can switch to the vignette and you can see it's the same exact thing. Just tabbed into that. Okay, so that's pretty cool that we now have these effects straight away without actually having to open up the compositor. That's cool. So we got split toning, sepia, unsharp mask. I like this. I think sharpen an image by increasing contrast along the edges. Yes, actually this is really useful for me because it was a pain to kind of set up the sharpening stuff in the VSE, but now boom, we can add I mean, it's obviously not going to work on this. But actually, you know what? Let me bring in the Pigma Prism. If you've been with me over the weekends, I've been editing a little promo video for one of my friends, and his new product that he's coming out with. Let's see, where is that? I've got to find it. Give me just a second here. Let's go to the draft. This is the showcase here. I'll play a little bit of it. So hopefully you can hear that. I think I have my sound on. Pigma Prism is a desk. I mean, I see it here. Okay. All right. So what I want to try to do, actually, this is something that I've been wanting to do, is because I don't know how. Let's make sure this is at 100%. Okay. I don't know how sharp this already is. If I go to rendering, see, it's still kind of fuzzy. So what I wanted to do is actually add a sharpen on this so we can test it out with this. So I'm just going to take that and go to modifier and creative, unsharp mask, boom. And it sharpened it way too much, so we're just going to bring that factor down. I can either bring the factor down or I can bring the radius down, which I think I'm going to bring the radius down first. So let's take that. Oh man, this is going really slowly. Okay, I'm just going to type in here. Let's just do a 2. What does a 2 look like? Okay. And then let's go rendering in a different slot here. We can go back and forth. Oh. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Maybe even too much. Because you don't want to not be able to read with too much. Let's just do a radius of 1. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I don't think that did anything. 1.5. Still pretty big. Let's bring this down then to a factor of 0.3, maybe. So yeah, that's something I wanted to practice with. I will have to practice a little bit more with that. I don't want to stay on this too long, but there you go. It's just something that's readily available for like common common effects with videos. And I can see this really taking off to where it's like people are creating all of these node groups, which you can create your own node group, I'm guessing. and maybe even make it available here. I don't know. I don't know if there's an ability for us to do that. But even if not, you can add your own composition stuff to where if you wanted to do like a VHS type of look or a, chromatic aberration, which did we have that here? Yeah, chromatic aberration here, film grain, stuff like that, to emulate different looks. So that's really cool. Okay, let's see what else we have over here. And that was this one. So we did the timeline, the strip thumbnails, which that's this over here. I can actually turn those off. At start and the end, we can either say no thumbnails, we can say strip ends, so it's just at the start and the end, or continuous, which is all the way through. If you have them all the way through and you have your video at 100%, you're going to probably experience a lot of lag, which it looks like this is. Well, and plus I have my unsharp mask on here, which includes compositing effects. It just starts to get really laggy. So you see, once I took that off, it's really nice, or it's a lot easier to scrub through that. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Prefetch now also prefetches 5 frames before the playhead. That's fine. We did that last time. So text strips. I don't remember if I know this is one of the last things that I said, but text strips now support adjusting line spacing between separate lines. Oh, I don't think this was on there actually last time. I think this is something new that they added, which is awesome. Line spacing may either be calculated to be relative to the font size, or the font size, or an absolute amount in pixels, toggleable by button. Oh, that's so cool. Let's see. Is there a... Yeah. Yes, this is awesome. This is really good. Now, only if they can get a word spacing, But let's test this out ourselves. I can close that. Let's read this here. Line spacing may either be calculated relative to the font. Oh yeah, I just read that. Later, the latter option is useful for keeping spaced fixing while adjusting font size. Yes, right. So it will stay the pixel size, and you can increase the font size of any of them, and they still have the same amount. Yes, I get it. Let's test it. I'm just gonna. Well, we can go to the beginning here. Test it on this one, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want to have all of this here. Okay, beginning. Let's go. Let's add in a text. And what we did see last time is that we now have multi-line text. And this is one of the best implementations in Blender. It's not just in the VSE, it's everywhere. Everywhere you would add a text, it was usually only a single line, and you would have to, be creative and duplicate, the actual object and stuff like that. So let's see. Let's do Blender Frenzy is... Oh, wait. Okay. Well, that's not very intuitive. I think I have to press Shift and space. Okay. Blender Frenzy, Shift space. There we go. Is now live. I don't like this font. Is it true type? Free font. There we go. Let's use this one. So size, overall size, we can do like this. But Now we have, okay, we have wrap width and then size, or line spacing. Here we go, line spacing. Awesome. And so is this the, oh yeah, absolute line spacing. So now I guess, there we go. So absolute line spacing looks like that, and then not absolute line spacing looks like that. Oh. So it's kind of like, if you think about it, like scaling it by the, what do you call? What is this up here? Bounding box, the bounding box center. You scale it by the bounding box center, or if you click this, then you're scaling it, oh, not that one. You'd be scaling it per individual origins. That's how it appears to me. But I still like it a lot, because you can, yeah. Now they just need a word spacing, which I'm scrolling down to see if they added that. No, it doesn't look like they've added a word spacing. But I'm guessing if line spacing is on the list, I would hope that word spacing is on the list. Okay, so okay, that was me saying all right and okay at the same time. Let me. Okay, next is okay, the style presets. So that's these up here, these little presets. You can say it's a corner title. Now with these, there is a bug, and they do know this bug, and it's in the works. But you see the bounding box over here. That's for this. So if I adjust the line spacing, you can see it's adjusting this bounding box. But what I do like right out of the gate is that having this corner title here is really nice when you do the line spacing, because now it's pinned down here and then it goes up. So that's very intuitive. And the size as well. So pinning it in that corner, I like that. So let's do the main title. So that would be what we saw already, and then subtitle. And subtitle is also automatically yellow. And look, you can even create your own new preset. So let's do, now before I do that, let's go back to corner title, and I believe, let's see if I do an alignment or an anchor. Let's see if I do anchor right. Okay, no. Anchor or alignment right. No. Okay, good. That is what I was wondering. So I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to create a new preset called corner title R for right. And then let's I wonder. Okay, so the location. Okay, so that is this location. I got confused because it's normally 0.5, I believe. Let's go just to the main title. Yeah, 0.5, and it was 0.05 where that was. That corner title there. So if I go to corner title R, which looks the same now, but I changed the location like this. I'm going to say 0.75. That's fine. And then the anchor right here is at the bottom, but I want it to be alignment right and anchor right. Do I want to anchor right? Maybe I do want to anchor right. And then just put this over here at 0.95. Let's test that with the line spacing. Yeah. And the size. Yes. Perfect. So now I have a new preset. So we've got corner title right and corner title left, which, can I rename this? Doesn't look like I can rename it. F2. Nope. Okay, Open file location. Oh, I don't care about that. Well, that's not fun. I'd like to rename that. I'm sure if I went into the Python file, I could change the name in there, but that's not. Yeah. Anyway, that would be nice to add the ability to change the names there. But either way, it's still really cool functionality. So that is where we left off, I think, last time. So, and we're only a half an hour in from where we left off last time. Well, we added some new things in there, so it's okay. Okay, so scene strips. So this is, I do have a little of this prepared. This is cool. So here in the scene strip area, we have a new view layer. So previously you could not select a view layer, which means that if you created, let's go to our 3D scene. If you created a 3D scene and you had different view layers up here, so view layers basically are what you can view, and they are tied to collections. So when you put in a collection, you can exclude from that particular view layer. So we've got, and I don't know why it's still in. Why am I still seeing this? I shouldn't still be seeing that because the cube is in this view layer. What's this? Is this a new cube? Okay, I think that's a bug, right? Oh, no, because it's well, yeah, because I'm viewing the view layer. I can also turn it off here. But I shouldn't be seeing this. I should only be seeing the sun. I can't select it. Why am I seeing this? And I should only be seeing the cylinder here. So I think it's a little bit of a bug. And I don't know if that's because I have it also open in here in the video editing, and you can see this is going really slowly. So anyway, this is view layer 1, and then I can select the different view layers to see. This should only be showing me the cylinders. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a bug. See if I can refresh this. Let's just refresh that. Nope. Does anybody have any idea why that's showing me that collection when I have that? Oh yeah, no, I'm asking just now. By the way, if you hear me talking to myself and not to you guys, I'm talking to the moderator, who's here, and she's doing a great job. Thank you. The moderator. Yes. So what I'm going to do is delete these, and so I actually don't know what these. I think I accidentally created these background scenes, so maybe that's also partly what's happening here. Let me just delete these. So we just have this 3D scene, and now let's just add. So this is good anyway. It's just the way you add scene strips. So just Shift A or go up to Add, and then go to Scene, and you should see your 3D scene or your other scene. So you have to have at least 2 scenes. So you have to have your edit scene, and you can name this whatever you want. I can say whatever. Okay, that doesn't matter what you call it. But you see how it's different from the 3D scene. And this I also named .3D scene. So I named the 3D scene and then edit, And then down here in edit, I'm going to keep that up at 3D scene. But then add the 3D scene here, or whatever you have as your scene. And then go to your strip properties. Now this is going to be confusing because this sort of looks like this. And this was confusing me earlier when I was setting this up. So this, you can see, is on our edit scene. But if I switch to this tab, this is our 3D scene, unless I change it here to edit. So it's a little bit finicky. So you got to make sure which scenes represent which tabs. So this is our edit tab. This is our 3D scene tab. So we're looking at the view layer now of our 3D scene and our camera, and we should just say camera, and it's not showing anything. So something's wrong. So we got to go to layout, and this is, no, actually something is right, because our view layer is now not showing anything, which it shouldn't be. Now it is. Okay, so that was our issue. We had duplicate 3D scenes in here, and I don't actually know how that happened. So view layer now has our collection 1. So view layer 1 and collection 1 should be on. Okay. Now if I switch to view layer 2, collection 2 should be on. And then if I switch to view layer 3, collection 3 should be on. So let's do that again. 1, and it's now it remembers my selection. 2 and 3. So now we have this access in here in the video sequence editor. We have the view. We can choose the view layer that each scene strip is going to represent. So that's a really nice addition to that. I'm sure there's a lot of use for it, although something that I don't like, so if you hover over the preview, press N, open up the properties, go to view, and then down here at scene strip display, by default you're going to see solid. This is also new, so you can override render settings and then have your own background. I haven't played around with that, but what I don't like about this is that if I come back over here, my solid shading viewport, I actually have studio lighting and I have it on random for the like the object. So the colors, you can see they're random. Otherwise I can just do material, object, random, attribute, texture, custom, whatever. If I click random here, it doesn't actually show that. It just shows the regular. So in order to see anything with color, you have to have it at material preview. But once you put this at material preview, and then you have have lighting, then it's now you're getting into like rendering and ray tracing and things like that. Am I still in Eevee? Let's see. Yeah, Eevee does now have ray tracing, so I wonder what would happen if I turn that on. And then this to material preview. Oh, actually, I probably have to go to rendered view. Yeah, look how this is very laggy. It's still thinking. Okay, yeah. Something else that I noticed with this is that because edit is a different scene, if I switch to the 3D scene, you can see nothing is here in our timeline because that is on our edit. But because that's a different scene, if I come over to edit, go up to render, scroll all the way down to, you know what, this is too big. Let's, there we go. I've changed this to filmic. It's originally like it's AGX, but if I change this to standard, which is what you normally would want here for videos, unless you're working with a lot of 3D scenes. Maybe you want to do that. But my point is that if I switch now to the 3D scene, you can see the 3D scene itself is on Filmic. So this is in Filmic. So if I come to render, scroll down, you can see that this is Filmic. That's what that is pulling from. If I switch to edit, nothing is here because that's not our 3D scene, and you can see this is standard. And that's what it's showing when we're in our video editing here. Again, just make sure you know your 3D scene up here, or which scene you have selected, because the top 3 tabs will be from here. The bottom 2 tabs will always be whatever is in your video sequence editor. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to so added option to override workbench settings. So we talked about that a little bit, that little button, allowing to tweak the background color for all scene strips at once. Okay, and I don't actually know how to tweak all the background color. I haven't done that. We can maybe, is this a, okay, override render settings, viewport display. Okay, in the world display. Huh. Well, I guess we can check that out real quick. I only have, okay, let's see. Let's make a cut here. Oh, see, this is going to be really slow. I'm going to change this back to solid. And we're going to click override. I'm going to cut this, and so now does our view layer, though, I'm just going to bring the strength all the way down to view layer 1. Okay, yeah, no, so this is per scene. So I would have to make a new scene. So we could say 3D scene, gray, and then I'll just make a full copy here. And then, I don't know, blue. Or let's say pink, because I don't have, oh no, these are kind of pink, aren't they? What color don't I have on here? Red? Say red. So I can change the background color here then to be red-ish. Ew, yuck. And if I go to my gray, you can see the background color is still gray. And if I come over here, change this CD3D scene, CD3. I'm not only dyslexic when I read, I'm dyslexic when I talk. 3D scene, red. Oh, and if I don't override those settings, why? See, in the picture, it showed this as solid. Oh, viewport display. Ah, yes, of course. So this here. So this one's gray. Let's do scene red. Let's bring that back to where on a gray as well, but we'll do viewport display as oh, I need to be in solid shaded mode. Wah, wah. I'm not even seeing it here. How How do I get the background to show? In the viewport. Um, background world. Okay, there we go. I'm guessing that this. Okay, good. Perfect. Got it. Let's do orange. Even though it says red, it's fine. So now let's go back to our video editing. Okay, refresh. Yay! Okay, good. Now we've got orange and gray. And they're different scenes anyway. So this is showing the monkeys, this is showing the square. But okay, so now what it's saying is we can click this override to override it, and then I don't know which one would control it. Where did it say? Is it going to be the first one? Okay, let's just see. This allows a more easy way to control the background color of the sequence using the sequencer scene world color. Sequencer scene world color. Do we have it? Is that color? No. Am I missing? Am I missing something? So I don't know. I don't know why it's black. I don't know which, because it's saying that over here. Here, it's saying that World 3, because this says shot 2, so I don't know. How to use it properly. So you're supposed to be able to change this background for all of them. Maybe it's the first one? I don't know. So 3D scene gray. Okay, so let's go just do 3D scene gray. I mean, doesn't make sense because it's black. Change this to green. Is that doing anything? No. So when I override it, I don't know. Do I put a color underneath it? What do you guys think? I don't know. No, because it's not. Okay. Well, maybe it's the theme color? Custom theme? No, because that's still not black. I don't know. Well, you're supposed to be able to override it somehow, but I'm not going to spend any more time on it because I want to move on. So let's, if anybody has any ideas, let me know. Okay, Let's see where we at here. Scene strips now have. I skipped this one. Scene strips now have a view layer selector. Nope, that's the one we just went over. Whenever there are no scenes other than the edit in the file, the admin menu shows no other scenes. Okay. I don't think we need to practice with this. This is just something. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's just a little bit more information when you go to add a scene, and you don't have one to add. Okay, next, strip modifiers. Added the extras drop-down menu for strip modifiers, similar to object modifiers. Okay. Yep. So we've got duplicate modifier, copy the modifier to select the strips, and move the modifier to first and last position in the stack. Let's see what that looks like here. Screenshot. Okay, yeah. That's cool. This move to first and move to last. That way, if you have a long way to drag because you can drag these, it doesn't have to be. So strip modifier here, brightness, contrast, color balance, curves, hue correct. So we've got all of these now. You could always, click and drag these, but now you can do move to last and then just move to first. That's really handy. But then we also have the duplicate or copy to select it here, just like the other ones. And also last time, again, they had added these two buttons. It was usually only the render, but now it's display and render, just like you would see, in the 3D view here where you have your display and your render. So that's nice. Okay, let's go on here. Removed linear modifier strip option. This option was inconsistently implemented. Did nothing for non-HDR inputs. And originally added as a hack. Okay. I think that there was just an option that you could click to say linear. I never used it, so it's not really that important. Let's see. We can actually just get rid of those. Added a preview visibility toggle strip to, that we just talked about that. Yeah. To object modifiers. This change also means that final frame caches are no longer unnecessarily cleared after rendering and are kept in memory, improving performance with identical results. Okay. We don't need to go over that anymore either. Scopes now support HDR and wide gamut color spaces. HDR spaces are plotted with a log scale and show grid lines in nits. I don't think we're gonna. Wow. Okay, there's a lot here. Okay, so we just look at this because I don't have any HDRs on hand. So, here's like the old and the new. This is the old. This is the new. So, you can kind of see that over here. If we go back and forth, I mean, the only thing that I'm really noticing is the background is black now. Oh shoot! I'm going to zoom out here. There we go. So it's just slight adjustments to this. If you use these a lot, I actually haven't used them a lot. I don't really know how to read them, to be honest. I mean, obviously you've got your, uh, red, green, and blue, and um, kind of levels and mapping and stuff. But I don't know how to use it in practice. So you also now have like aces and different color. What is it called? Color modes, color something or others. Um, Transforms, color transform, output transform. So aces, we got aces 1.3, aces 2.0, and then you can see if you hover over aces with rec 709, gamut. For all of those who understand color theory and color transforms, that'll be useful to you. How to read this. Okay, so let's go back. Miscellaneous. A new optional scrubbing region was added onto the VSE playback controls footer, which allows the preview to have its own scrub bar that spans the entire playback range and clamps the playhead to its extents. I did not know this. I am learning this right now alongside you. Let's just see what this looks like. Dropping my water here. On the preview. Oh, this is sort of mimicking the movie clip editor when you do tracking and stuff. That's really cool. So let's, I do want to take a look at that. By the way, if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will do my best to have my moderator notify me that I have a message. And she'll do her best to let me know, and then I'll answer it. She says her absolute best. Okay. What? Okay. So what we're doing now is the. Okay, let's stop that. Okay, that's a little bit more interesting. Here, this little thing. Oh, well, that's not. Wait, what? This is, but I mean, this is cool. I'm glad this has this with the because this is something. So on the side note here, both of these you used to have to pull up another timeline, an extra timeline here to use these controls for the playback stuff. But now both the sequencer and the preview have them. You just have to click this little arrow on the side there and it will pop those up. But the reason I like this is because a lot of times I wanted to see my just preview in full screen. And to do that, you can just hover your mouse over it, press Shift Space. Nope. Control Space. And then you have this. But the problem is I couldn't control the playback. I could press spacebar and whatnot. But this is nice. But having that scrub area, which I don't see here, view. Tool settings? Nope, that's not right. Playback controls, yeah. Okay, let's go back there because I'm confused of how I got that. I think I dropped my water bottle. Oh yeah, I did. Right, where is you guys probably saw that. You're like, Justin, seriously. Okay. Playback. Scrubbing region is something I still don't see. Ah, there we go. Gotta open it up too. Gotta show it and then open it. This is actually what I really liked. Now I can actually scrub and have the screen full screen, the preview full screen. Now I'm curious though, if I change this to 500, does this change this to 500 as well? Oh, it does. Okay, so 500, 250. Yeah. So this automatically changes that. Oh, and I can change that here too. 500. Right. Good. Yay. That is very useful. Okay, let's go to the next one. All audio and video streams from video files are now properly added when importing files into the sequencer. Okay. Were they not all properly added before? I mean, I don't know how people would be doing editing. This patch allows importing movie files with unlimited audio and video streams. Automatically synchronizing start points and strip lengths. Okay, we're just gonna have to look at see what this is. Okay. For each movie file imported, this code loops over all audio and video streams, creating one new strip each, keeping track of their container stream starts. We then use this data to reconstruct proper strip positions that match the original video file. Since otherwise, all newly imported strips start at the same time subframe by default, which might be incorrect if, say, there was delayed video or audio track. Ah. Okay. So, and maybe that's why there was I guess a little bit of an issue where sometimes the audio and video of a single file didn't line up. And I didn't really entirely know why that happened, but maybe again if the original file had delayed audio. And so what it was I'm guessing what it's saying is that the delayed audio would be snapped to the beginning, and then it would be off from the video. Okay, that's cool. That's I'm not going to test that out because I don't know how I would even show that. But good quality of life improvement. The render audio operator now shows real-time progress bar that can be canceled. I did see this. Previously, Blender would freeze until the operation finished. Okay, yes, I did see this accidentally last time, but it actually didn't. It wasn't working. It wouldn't actually export any of the audio. Sorry, that's not true. It exported like a millisecond of the audio, and then it stopped. So there was a bit of a bug, and I was about to show the bug or create a bug report, but then all of a sudden started working again, and I have no idea why. So I haven't tested that out here, but we can do that with this. I think. This is. I mean, we can do that with this too. This is something I was going to show. I don't know if I'm going to show it today at all. Just a little tip, trick, thingamajigger. But we're already at an hour, so. Where was the? Okay, this is what I want. So Alt O, and I'm gonna just delete that. Let's go to the beginning and frame range there. Okay. So previously, you go here to render audio, and then render audio, and as long as basically what it would do is recognize the frame range. So you have to have whatever audio in the frame range, whatever audio you wanted to render out. So you click render audio, and then let's see, what do I want to do? We can just go to audio here and test mix down, which is what audio is called, mix down, or that's what the button is called. And you can choose whatever you can choose. I'm going to try MP3 actually, because that's what I was having an issue with. So, and then I click mix down. Okay, right here. So it looks like it is working without any issue. What it would normally do, it was just freeze on that that file here. It would freeze here, and then you would just have to, you didn't know how long it was going to take for it to render. So now we have an actual progress bar for it, basically, is what it was saying. And then let's just test that out to see if that audio is actually audioing. Blender audio. Test mix down. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that yet. Just give me a second. Live and headset. Okay.
Pigma Prism is a desktop color workstation for artists and designers. One place to build palettes, analyze images, and study how color behaves.
Seems like it worked. Oh, what?
Intuitive application.
Well, it kind of worked.
Color intelligence for the people.
Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, this is weird. So when I did an Alt-O on this, it's recognizing this audio as 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Or actually longer. 4 minutes and 23 seconds. But it's not. It actually ends here with the video. Meh. Okay, well, let's just do that like that. And then I would just make sure that only that is in the frame range. And then I would go here, render audio, MP3. We're going to overwrite that. That's fine. And then here's our progress bar again. There we go. And now.
Or you can, this allows you to.
There we go. And now it's 1:45. Okay. Perfect. That is cool. Cool, depressing, cool. 10 points for anyone who can name what I'm quoting. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Strip image origins now have more snap options, such as preview center, such as the preview center. Okay, let's just take a look at this. Oh. Wait. How do I... Wait. What? One thing that I don't know how he's moving this without the slider. What? Can you just grab the... Okay, hold on. This is news to me. Okay, let's just scale this down. So here's the origin. What I always thought I had to do is go, here's the origin. And you can, it's moving. You know what? Let's actually use the we'll use a color here. But if I move that origin, you can see that little dot moving there, hopefully. This is how I thought I had to move it. I don't know how to move just the origin. Is it in some sort of like option? Does anybody know how to just move the origin? Because I know you can do that in I know you can do that in the 3D world. You can just select to move the origins, but I don't know. I don't see an option. Maybe he's not doing that, but how do I, what? No. Okay, origin. Move origin. Here we go. Control period moves the origin. Image transform. Image transform. Move origin. Ha ha ha! I did not know that. That's so much faster. And now it snaps to points of interest like this corner here. So now if I wanted to rotate it, I can rotate it on this corner. That is really cool. That is really awesome. I didn't know. Hold on. Is it control? Okay, it's not control period on the numpad. It's just control regular period. Well, that's not working for me at all. Do I have to press G first? Okay, that's not even working for me. Do I have to be in a select box? G, grab. Do I have to be move? G, grab. Did they remove that functionality? Uh-oh. Transform. Move, G. Okay, maybe it's just my computer is just not working. My keyboard is just not working. Hold on. Hold on. It's working. Okay. That was weird. Control. Oh, maybe when I put control. I don't know. Control period. Control period. Control period did do something. Okay, yeah, okay, here we go. Can you set origin by the cursor on the strip drawer? Good afternoon. Hi, Shikao? Shikao? Chikao. You got it. Yep, okay. Got it. Good, thank you. Tariq Turaman says, assigning another shortcut for orbit move might help. Assigning another, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Just go here and just right click, change shortcut. I don't know what that would be. I wonder what, oh, do that. You know what I would, you you know what I would want to do is, I think it would be easier just to click and change it here, but if I did that, I'd have to press a key, and I don't want to press a key. I want it to be double. Like if I do a double G, then it would move that. Shift. I guess I could do also or Shift G or something like that. Control G. Actually, Shift G might be a good. Let's do that. Right click. But what is by the way, what is control period doing? Because it's doing something. That's why I can't hit G and move anything anymore. Control period. Yeah, it's definitely doing something, but I don't know what that would be. You know what? Let's find out. Just because I'm a curious fella. Key map. Control period. Key binding. Context toggle. I think this is what it's doing. Oh, not the 3 view, object mode. Or preview, move. Context toggle. Yeah, it's doing something. It's definitely doing something in the background. So what I'm going to do is for this is the move. This is the control period. We're going to do Shift G, but I'm not going to do it here. I was going to do double G. Oh, yeah. Well, so then what you can do, and I think this is going to be fine. With the preview here. I mean, you'd have to check. I guess we can check. What is Shift G? Let's scroll down. Sequencer, Shift G, select grouped, or clip editor, select group. But there's no preview, so I think it would be fine there. Or I can do double G, but I'm gonna do Shift G. Oh, right click, change shortcut, Shift G. Okay, Shift G. There we go. Now we can rotate it around the center. Shift G. Rotate around this. This is really, really, really awesome. Especially again if you're doing any sort of motion graphics or animation in the video sequence editor. It's going to make things a lot easier. And you can like rotate stuff around other stuff. So if we duplicate, this, let's put this in the middle. Come on, snap, and oh wait, let's Shift G, snap that in the middle, and then we're going to snap this right in the middle. This one will be blue. And then I can take this one, Shift G, snap it to the middle of that one, and then rotate it around that one. So you can see the usefulness of this. What they really need to do, and I don't know if this would be a plugin. I don't know if a plugin exists already. Maybe a plugin does exist already for this. But have shapes. Just like different kinds of shapes that you can put in here. I know that with compositor modifiers, there are node packs that people have made that include shapes that you can adjust with nodes. So like if you want to make a star, you can adjust how many points the star has. You can adjust how far they go out and things like that. That would be that would be I should probably do a tutorial on that actually, because yeah, I think that there's some paid ones, but there's some free ones out there too. I think that you can use to make some cool shapes, or make your own node pack thing. Okay, I like that. Lots of really good stuff here. Again, the video sequence editor is just getting a lot of love, a lot of attention, and it is really, I think, going to be a good competitor for Adobe stuff soon. The compositor nodes will probably evolve into some variation of those presets and animations. Exactly. Exactly. It's interesting how it's starting. Okay, and if you guys remember, I don't know how much you've done with geometry nodes. Like, I don't know how familiar you are with that, but geometry nodes started off, when it started off, it was way different than it is now. So there's no point of even looking at any sort of tutorials for geometry nodes for when it's first started, because almost none of the workflow is the same. But I think I have a suspicion it might be the same way. I mean, maybe not, because some nodes now are a lot more polished than they used to be, and they want to do everything nodes in Blender. So like they have nodes for everything, essentially. We already have nodes for compositing, nodes for shading and materials, nodes for geometry, and now hopefully nodes for the video sequence editor and everything. So it'll be interesting to see how it evolves and how it kind of tangles together. Like, will the VSE get its own node system, or is it going to only be a part of the compositor system? So yes, so let me go back here. We've got a couple more. We got the strip origin snapping options. Composition guides have been added to the VSE preview with matching options as 3D viewport camera. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Individual options are toggleable. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look, see what that looks like. Okay, that's cool. All right. So, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily need to do this, but we can go test it out, I suppose. Probably a good idea to make sure it actually works. Alt G, Alt, what? Alt, oh, Alt S. It was already in the right spot, just scaled. Wrong. Okay. I didn't look to see where they were. Where was? Oh, in the view settings, of course. View settings. Composition guides. Look at that. Make sure that the guides are on. Okay. Thirds. Yay. And then we can change the color of those to be easier to see for your particular situation. Then we got center, diagonal, ratio, whatever these triangles are. I don't do much with composition really either, because most of my editing is done with just my tutorials where I'm just showing my screen. So, looking forward to it, actually. Yeah, that flower shop scene is nuts. On the old node configuration, even. The flower shop scene? What flower shop scene? Did I miss something? Yeah. No, I mean, did I miss anything in the Blender sphere that has happened recently about a flower shop? I know they came up with a new maybe it was in the new open movie. I haven't seen that yet. Okay, let's go. The 2.83 splash art for Blender GeoNodes beta. Oh, I don't remember that one. 2.86, I don't recall. Yeah, I wonder. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's go to blender.org. Singularity. This is the one I thought you were talking about. Download previous versions. For the first 1.0 IRX Blender version, oh my gosh. That would be fun. It would be fun to actually go back and like use the download any Blender version. Yeah, I thought there was a page where it showed like all of the like this. Yeah, here we go. Okay, keep going, keep going. Flower shop. Was it this one that you're talking about? That's not a flower shop though. I know it wasn't in the 2.7 series. Two point nine three. Ah, okay, here we go. Oh, it's not wanting to load the. Oh, because it's a. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, the geometry nodes were always really powerful. They worked a lot differently. I remember they were a little bit too technical back in the day. They're a lot more user friendly and intuitive. Yes. Yeah, thanks for that. Chicao. Oh, hey, is that no? Is that Brazilian? I was just gonna ask that actually. My moderator said that too. Yeah, not Brazilian, Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. Do so it's something do blender is Chicao do blender. Yeah, do because it's like do is of. I Thank Francisco. Thank Francisco from Brazil. So I actually have been to Brazil. I stayed there for a couple of months in Santarém. Also I know a little bit. So tudo bem, tudo bom. How are you? Obrigado. And that's about it. It was a long time ago. A long time ago. Probably I'm guessing before you were born. I'm old. But that was like right along the Amazon, really close to the Amazon. Everything's great in you. Oh, it salvi tudo ótimo e contigo. I'm currently working as an English teacher. I'm 30. Yeah. Okay. So it was 2003. So were you alive? Is that less than 30 years ago? I don't even know. Okay. My moderator says yes. I can't do math very well in my head. Okay. So you were 7. Anyway, sorry, just shooting the breeze now. But yeah, no, thank you for this. This is that is interesting. I actually didn't remember when Blender first came out with geometry nodes. I couldn't remember if it was 2.8 or later. What were we doing? We were doing something. Oh yeah, we did this already. The composition guides. Performance conversion of footage or compositor modifier effect results into sequencer color space now. It was now done on demand instead of immediately. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's good. Thank you. Compositor modifiers now automatically detect whether the result is fully opaque or semi-transparent. Fully opaque strips allow certain parts of rendering to be faster. Okay. Previously, they were assuming they contain transparency, taking a slower path. Okay, that makes sense. Mask data block inputs are rendered faster now, especially when used in compositor strip modifier. That's good. Masking is something that really needs to be revamped in Blender. It's a pain to do masking in Blender. It's possible, but it's just tedious. 2D masking at least. I mean, there's kind of workarounds and you can kind of implement 3D masks even if you're doing 2D masking. But prior to 5.2, so I don't know a lot about the Python stuff, so this is good for developers. You can read that. Prior to 5.2, the compositor modifier node trees, in compositor strip modifier node trees, the mask input would be black and fully transparent when no mask was selected the modifier. In 5.2, the modifier now supports inputs, and specifically unused mask inputs will now be black but fully opaque. Okay. Movie strip timecode files movie strip timecode files functionality has been removed. Now building proxies just builds the proxies. Timecode files. Oh, the .blend_tc timecode files are no longer produced. Okay. I never really used them all that much. Timecode index files are no longer needed. Generally since 3.3, it looks like. I guess it was for easier scrubbing through the timeline. Okay. Well, that is the complete list now of all of the things in 5.2 LTS. It looks like this is going to be see the schedule until June. So June 3rd. Here's the schedule again. Starts the bug fixing only. So that's just in a few days. Then that will happen for a month, bug fixing, and then they'll do the release candidate to prepare for the full release on July 14th. And looks like they're 76% completed with all of the things that they planned for this. And here's another page you can go to again. So again, if you go to developer.org, if you do docs, release notes, and then click on whichever one of these, and then click see schedule, then looks like they also have all the things that they are working on for this release here. Bug fixes, also new features and stuff like that. And you can sort by the different types and stuff. I think labels. Yeah, here we go. So labels. I mean, I don't know why. I don't think that's going to help, is it? The 5.2 LTS planned release schedule. No results for the VSE. Looks like maybe they're all done. Yeah, the video sequencer. Wonder what motion tracking. Did they do anything for that? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's because... Oh, yeah, it says 0 closed too. So I don't... To be honest, I don't know how this works. This is always confusing for me. This like Git like versioning pull requests issues thing. I never really understood how to navigate all of this. I really do. I need to actually watch a tutorial on how to navigate this if there is one. Shikao, you're currently working as an English teacher. Are you in Brazil right now, or are you elsewhere in the world? Are you traveling around teaching English somewhere else? Daniel Isaac, and a lot of other things. It reminds me of Fuhoku Gods. I love you. Fuhoku Gods. Can I just call you Fuhoku Gods? Also, another 10 points. Also, another 10 points to anybody who can tell me what I'm quoting. Daniel Isaac. Can I just call you Daniel Isaac? Hello. Hola. That sounds like Spanish. Hola. Hola, mi amigo. I know a little bit of Spanish too. Tiny bit of Spanish and a tiny bit of Portuguese and a tiny bit of German and a tiny bit of Korean. I know a tiny bit of a lot of different languages. Yeah. So never left Brazil really. Okay. That's okay. Where Brazil is huge. I think Brazil is bigger than the States, isn't it? Whereabouts in Brazil are you? You north, central, south? Hispanic. I'm Hispanic. Daniel Isaac says. Here, let me do this. We can do this now, because we're done with. We're just shooting the breeze now. Hour and a half later. I'm getting ready to wrap up the stream, so I can we can do this, and then I can do this, so I can see myself a little bit better and see yours. Huh. Okay. Bro, I'm countryside Midwest. Okay. Midwest. Okay. Douradus. But I suck at geography. Okay. So me too, though. Yeah. I can't unless I've, been in a place for a long time. I don't really know a lot of good geography. Daniel Isaac, I want to ask about how I can do Blender, my principle for editing. That's what I do. I use Alt principally for editing. I asked because the transition, like zoom in and zoom out, maybe is more complicated. But I still think I can do a preset for that. So, well, I'll do a zoom in and zoom out. You know what? I'll show you. I was gonna do this anyway. So this thing that I'm editing for my friend here. This is so the past 2 live streams I've been editing this this little promo here. Oh wait, you can't see that. Just a second. Do. There we go.
Pigma Prism is a desktop color workstation for artists and designers. One place to build palettes, analyze images, and study how color behaves under light. Build custom palettes from...
Okay, so right here, I want to zoom in. So this video is a fully rendered video of just the full screen. So let me see if I can actually open... I'll open the project file if I can find it. Renders, Blender. So this is the actual project file. So I've got lots of meta strips with different kind of cuts and sometimes I have meta strips within meta strips here. But so this is my project file. If you wanted to zoom in, like in this, for example, in this section here, you'd have to take this whole thing and put it into a meta strip. So Control G, put it into a meta strip, and then from whenever you wanted to start, you would put a keyframe on the the position and the scale. So if I wanted to, let's just do that, position and scale, and I can click and just drag down. So click and drag down on those. It's really easy. So right there, I have my keyframe, and then let's go. This is 60 frames a second, so I'll do plus 60. So 1 second later, we'll have this zoomed in, and I'm just zooming in and moving it. So it's pressing S to scale, G to grab, and so something like this. So this is a little bit more, well, closer to the screen, or zoomed in. I guess it's the best. Anyway, so now right here, I'll create that next keyframe, and so between there and there, it zooms in.
Even color blindness.
So that's how.
Compatibility. Okay, it's not.
Me still, but I'm okay. Stop. Okay. Okay, there. Are we back? Can you hear me? Okay. We crashed there for a second, and this is the liability of doing this. So this way, because Yeah, there's technical glitches. Thank you for that. But this is one of the reasons why I don't zoom in when I do my edit without any zooms. So I'm actually not going to save this one. Just close that. I do my edit. I render out a completely different video, and I render it out like for scrubbing and stuff. So if like the MKV or the Matroska for scrubbing, if you do that, so that I can continue editing. And then with this is where this is where I would start to do the zooms. So then, like for example, right here, I want to do a zoom right when this starts scrolling. So I'm just going to take this, add a cut here, and then do the same thing. So keyframe on position and scale, and then I don't know, or just plus 60. If you, I'm doing plus 60 because oh no, this is 24 frames per second here. I must have rendered it out that way. I don't remember doing that. I think it's supposed to be 60 frames per second. That's why the audio thought it was 4 minutes long. This is supposed to be 60 frames per second. Okay, so let me. There we go. That makes sense. So if you were here earlier, I was like, why is my audio so long? But it's because I'll look at it. So now plus 60, and my moderator is telling me that he's clarifying. So just give me just a second. But this is what I would do if I wanted to do that zoom. Because this is what I plan on doing anyway in the future. This, like that, and then I have
custom palettes from an.
Oh, wait, what? Did I not? Oh, I forgot to put one on here, I guess, right? Oh, wait, no. Undo, 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 do, undo. Okay. Well, let's clear these keyframes. Clear. Fade? No. Here. Clear keyframes. Just clear all those. I don't know where they were anyway. So put one right here. Plus 60. Put one right. Oh, now we can scale a little bit like this. Put one here. There we go. So now
palettes from an interactive 3D color space.
Yep, I like that. So that's what I plan on doing, and then I'll set another keyframe, and then I'll put it go kind of over here where the palette's created and things like that. Okay, that may not be what you're talking about. Okay, so see, but I mean like use transition between a pair of clips that is hold on, I'm trying to see if I can refresh my nope, doesn't look like it's gonna refresh for me. Okay, let's go back over here. But I mean, user transition between a pair of clips like DaVinci or any other editor. Maybe it's not a comparison, but I just asked for doing my principle. When you say doing your principle, I don't know what that means. You like a project? I don't know what a principle is. Is a principle like a like you have to do a test? or just in your regular line of work, your principal main job. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. Um, if okay, I don't really care too much. I if need just an editor for this or to make an add-on for that. At the same, thanks for the tutorial. Yeah, no problem. So I mean, if you're just talking about a transition between a pair of clips, um, I mean, this, okay. I'm not gonna show you how I did it necessarily, but I'm gonna show you this other thing that I had saved. This is I kind of I had this pulled up earlier, but for my 5.1 updates video that I put out, I had this transition that I made myself. So it scaled, and then it moved, and then I got another one coming in here, like that. Next. Ooh, that's loud. Okay. Principle for video editing. Okay, so your main program for video editing. I gotcha. Okay, so this, and I don't know if like something like this you're talking about. This was actually going to be one of the things that I showed as like, oh gosh, that's way too loud. Just hide that. I was going to show this for a little tip, like if we ran out of things to talk about, which we didn't. So I'm just going to have to show this next time. I'm actually going to make a video about it too. What I like about this, that this is just with two adjustment layers and a color. I can actually make it's the adjustment layer is taking everything that's beneath it. So it's taking this and this, and it's applying the animation to that. The nice thing about this is I can just take this and move it, or I'll just duplicate it here. And then whatever's beneath it, it will do that same thing. So if I have it on two different strips that go into, into a different section, that could be like you're changing your scenes. So basically, I just take the adjustment layer and I put my keyframes on the adjustment layer, and then it will. But you gotta remember, it's going to apply everything to. It's going to apply it to everything that's below it. So it's going to apply it to, if I scroll out here, this top bar here, and it's going to apply it to the strip below it. Which is why I can't have the color strip under it, because if I have the color strip under it, then you don't have a background. I have to put the color strip over it and set the color strip to alpha under, which I've never, until this moment, have never found a use for an alpha under. I'm like, why would you ever need an alpha under? But now you can put the color above something in the sequencer, set it to alpha under so that it goes under any transparency. So this way you can make a little bit of a transition. Yes, thank you. Hey Justin, could Blender VSE handle a feature length film editing? Oh, it's already been done. Feature length. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if Flow was made in Blender, but I don't know if Flow was edited in Blender, like as a the final product, the final, like with the VSE and everything. I don't know how they did that, but Flow is a feature length film, I guess. But I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, I could. I would just have to break it up. You'd have to break it up into chunks. what I would do is I would edit scenes and then render those scenes out, and I would render those scenes out either losslessly or perceptually losslessly with scrubbing, just really high quality, so that, because when you render something out, it loses quality normally, so you got to render it high quality, and you got to render it for a timeline editing. So if you do that for each of your scenes, and then you take those scenes and then put those scenes together in a master scene, I don't think you could have a whole like feature length thing in Blender per se. I've never tried it. I don't see why not. If you did it that way and you put then all the scenes together, um, yeah, you could render a couple of hours out. I mean, I've rendered more than an hour out before just doing tutorial stuff. So I don't see why you couldn't do that. Okay. Alpha under I is greater than what? What's Baskara? Baskara. I don't know what that is. It's more like do a zoom in with a blur, like make an effect to do a faster zoom. Then change to the other clip. Zoom in with a blur. So you zoom in and blur and then zoom back out and it's a different one. Yeah, I mean you could do this, it'd be the same thing. You would just have to put a Gaussian blur on this, and you'd have to animate that. But yeah, so you'd have to animate the blur. And I don't know if this is blurring the background as well or not. I don't think so. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. No, it should just be the adjustment layer. Now this isn't pixelate. It's blur, because I know you can do like a pixelate type of thing. But I could change this to a zoom in. So there's that, and then where's the just do a zoom in here. Why is that not letting me scale that or grab it? Maybe it's because I have this. Why is that still moving? Oh, because of that. There we go. So I can, like, I don't know, zoom in like this. And then put this blur to 0. And then go, I don't know, 50 or 200. And then I mean you would have to I don't know, maybe do a like a fade as well. So I would probably have to pull these up a little bit, and then like have a little bit of a fade over. What? All right, let me check the chat here. Um, okay. Sorry if these different off the topic. I just asked a question because I watched reviews about transitions. No, this is great. We've already done what we're gonna do. I'm uh happy to engage with people. I you know, if it even if it happens during the earlier section, yeah, I usually stop and I usually try to answer you guys' questions if I can. And I'm curious too about how I would do something like this. But yeah, so and maybe do a little bit of a fade here. So um, fade from current frame, and then that would fade into the other one. Although I would have to get rid of clear keyframes on that, and then it would fade into that one. But then I would have to do the same thing. I'm not going to go through that whole thing. So I would just zoom this in as well, and then have it fade into that. By the way, I'm sorry. Have a nice stream. Chikao says. Yep. Thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your day, evening. Um, whatever time it is there now. And yeah, so something like that. This is just kind of to get you started. This is kind of what I would do if you wanted to zoom in and do a blur kind of effect. That's how you would do that. You could do that directly on your strip, or if you have multiple things that you want to do under it, you could do it just like this. But yes, yeah. So it's been almost 2 hours now, so I'm gonna we'll say this is the cutoff point here. But thanks for joining. I think I answered all of the questions so far. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to keep doing these live streams on Saturdays, as consistently as I can. I might not always be able to do one, but I'm gonna try. But in any case, excuse me. Oh man, I'm sorry. Should have muted myself. All right, gonna end the stream now. Have a good rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you are, and you will see me in the next one.